Epigenetics is the study of how trauma affects our DNA. I first heard of this about 6 or 7 years ago and was fascinated by the implications. And of course, it's a fascinating thing, and it's kind of mind-boggling in a way. And to understand the dynamics of epigenetics is to understand how easily we are traumatized. And we are traumatized not only personally, but generationally. And so it is that our lineage is traumatized, and we carry forth in our lineage the trauma of our forefathers and mothers. And it's an obvious thing once you think about it. You can kind of really see how this has been the case, and it's collective trauma in a way. You can see also national trauma, the consequence of the citizens of a particular nation, country, community being traumatized by a black plague, a war, an evil king, a wicked queen. You just you can't you cannot run out of examples of the trauma of humankind. And the question is and becomes, okay, well, that's the case, then how do you fix it? What do you do? What's the consequence of, or what's the practice of fixing this thing? And my feeling about it and my practice is that it comes from a deep connection with our angel, and it is allowing our angel to do the work of restoration of our DNA. So it's very similar to praying for someone. And the way that I pray is that I engage my angel to engage the angel of the person I'm praying for. That's where the work occurs, in that angelic realm. And the reason for that is that A, that's what works, and B, entanglements. Getting involved in a kind of interpersonal relationship with somebody who's struggling or unhealthy or is really not doing very well causes an entanglement that's really not beneficial for us. So it is a way for us to maintain an angelic distance whilst engaging our angel to do the work that we cannot do. Similarly with our communities, our cities, our civilizations, they represent oftentimes a collective trauma, a bearing of incredible sorrow and tragedy. And so it's important then to use our angel to engage also in the community of trauma that it is about us all the time. You can really see it in the internet. It's a place of great trauma. And there's an effort to traumatize the hearers, and the hearers traumatize the speakers. And it's really a pretty pitiful thing. But I say, let's shift that energy around and let's engage in a kind of angel work. Well, not a kind of. Engage in directly angel work. And that means meditating on our angel as the first place where we begin to do the work on ourselves. And it's meditating on our angel that brings us into a direct understanding of our own trauma. And it is letting our angel do the work. That's a pretty important thing. There's a big fashion in talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, which is basically, you talk it out. And I suppose there's some benefit to that in that it's a way to open up some of the aspects of who we are, and that sunlight is very valuable. But the real work is angelic work. It's the work of engaging our angel and doing the meditation necessary in communion with our angel as a direction which brings us to the ascendance that we are expecting in the divine hierarchy. So there's a lot of nuances to this, but I don't think you can rise in the divine hierarchy or find your calling if you are completely traumatized. And as I can understand in my own life, doing the angel work is the only way out of it. It's meditation, that's for sure, and I've heard that before. You know, some people are big fans of CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy, but I'm not a big fan of that, really. That's expensive, you know. It's a lot easier just to meditate on your angel and establish that connection and use that connection as a place of restoration. And from that restoration of us uniquely and individually, it allows us the opportunity to experience clarity, moral clarity, and the clarity of emotion. And that's part of our wilderness work, is bringing our angel to the wilderness and allowing our angel to help us understand how to have a wilderness experience. The same with beauty and emotional realities. It's bringing our angel into our confrontation, our standing in front of beauty, and allowing our angel to direct us in understanding how powerful and how important beauty is, and how an emotion, a healthy emotional connection is essential to find the ability to worship. And I think that's one of the essences of worship, is the understanding of beauty, the beauty of God, divine beauty. And it's an emotionally healthy thing. And we can then bring that into our community as a healthy form of worship and of clarity of our actions. So seek your angel out. Seek that entity that will be in your life as you are baptized. And seek to enhance that connection. And by meditating on our angel, it does indeed enhance our connection. It is the basis for leading a life of blessing and love. Amen.